Hey, it's Catherine with ResinObsession.com, and today I want to walk you through a few options you have when you're going to take one of your resin cabochons and make it into a wearable pendant. So my first choice, and usually my go-to, is using our Riku Bails and gluing them to the back of your cabochon pendant. So you can see here, all you'll need to do is use something like our E6000, glue it onto the back of the bail, and then glue it onto the pendant, and you have a nice wearable pendant. Two big reasons why I like this method. Number one, you don't need any equipment at all. All you need is a little glue and your bail, and you're ready to go. Second reason too is because, as you can see, the way this bail is placed onto the pendant, we've got a nice big opening for our necklace, and it sits pretty well over the pendant, so it's nice and balanced. You don't have to worry about whether or not it's gonna pitch too far forward or something like that when you go to wear it. So if you want something a little different though, probably when it comes to using something like a flex shaft or a Dremel tool, my next choice would be to use something like an eye pin. And what these do is they start out and they look something like this. So you can see we have a loop at the top and we have like a little screw piece at the bottom. And what you'll do is you'll use something with your drill bit, and you will drill down into the top of your cab just a little tiny bit, and then you'll place your eye pin into the cab. Now, a couple things to keep in mind here. As you can see with this pendant, my eye pin piece is well hidden by the plastic. In this one, you can see that it's not. And maybe that bothers you, maybe it doesn't. You can see the little drill hole right there. So just a little, technique thing, something to think about if you're going to be drilling a lot of these. Now, if you want another option, of course, you can always do something like a jump ring. Now, this is a piece I cast from one of our molds, and it can also be done as an earring. But if you want to do as a focal pendant, as you can see, there's a little notch up here, and actually that came with the mold. So that when I poured the resin, it went in there. And I drilled it, and you can see I applied a jump ring. Now, something to keep in mind, this is a jump ring that's made from 20 gauge wire. And you may be tempted to use a size 60 drill bit, which is exactly the same size as the 20 gauge wire to drill your hole. Actually, you want to go a little larger because you want to make sure you've got a little wiggle room so that way your pendant will move. Otherwise, it'll just kind of hang there stiff. And as you can see, the other reason that doing a jump ring works here is because our resin casting is very thin. You wouldn't be able to do it on something like this, for example, because if you drilled through here, this is, close to 1/2 inch thick, you would need a super huge jump ring in order for this to work. Now, if you want, like the idea of the jump ring, but you want something a little fancier, you might consider using something like one of our prong bails. And it's the same concept where you'll drill from front to back like you're gonna do a jump ring, but see how they've got little prongs here? And so you'll actually put your prongs into place and then squeeze it shut. And then we've got these with a ring on top, or they come without the ring as well. So you can put your necklace right through there to wear, or you can put another jump ring right here and then run your necklace through. Now, the last option you have, which quite frankly is not my favorite option at all, and that is where you're going to drill from side to side in order to be able to do your cabochon as a pendant. And the reason I don't like this way is because it is the hardest method out there. And I've been doing resin jewelry and metalsmithing for over a decade, and it doesn't get any easier. So this pendant, the reason I did it this way, first of all, because it's thin width-wise, and it's clear. I can see where I'm going. And so I make a point as I'm using my flex shaft, and I start my drill bit going through, and I can go slow, and I can stop and back up a little bit if I need to. Now, something you may have noticed on this, these are glass shards, and you notice here that there's no shards in the way as I'm drilling. You really don't want to have to try and drill through something as you're going from side to side. Like, for example, these are buttons, and it would just be incredibly difficult to try and drill from side to side on this. So that's something to think about as you're casting. And when I made these pendants, I knew that I was probably going to want to drill them from side to side. So I just made a point of putting a little bit of glass in the bottom so that I knew I could drill from one side to the other without any problem. And you may be wondering what I would do to hang these, and I've actually done these, I don't know if you can see it, but it's a clear neoprene cord, and I put it through, and these actually look really cool because somebody wears them and it looks like they're just floating around their neck. So those are some of your options. If you have any questions, please leave them in the box below. I'm happy to help you with some of your other questions and dilemmas about resin jewelry making. And if you get a minute, stop by the resinobsession.com blog and jewelry making forum. We're happy to help you with your resin jewelry making questions. Happy casting!